Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Rogue Legacy. Now we are already in the darkness here. Oh god, I just totally kicked my desk and the whole thing wobbled everywhere. Yay, sort of crap desk. Damn it, we can't get down to him with the chakram. That sucks. Okay, fine. Okay, so basically the plan is to get through here, find Herodotus, and fight him, and hopefully succeed. I'm actually, like, pretty okay leveled up. Like, based on what I did before, in our fight, I did okay. I just did not dodge great. So, okay. Now, apparently, so I just found this out the other day, but the Iron Maiden isn't real. It was completely invented by somebody who needed a feature in their museum to show, like, methods of medieval torture, and so they just invented it on the spot and put together a bunch of junk. So that's kind of cool. Although, I mean, I guess it would be really effective. Like, aside from the fact that, you know, it stabs people and pretty much kills them instantly. But somebody had pointed out in that it was a Reddit thread where, okay, this is a tricky situation. Why is that horse just stuck? No, of course not. He was waiting to lure me over there so I would run into his trap. Stupid horse. Headless horse. A horse with no brain is better at me than this game. Whoa, than me at this game. And by better, I mean is able to kill me, whereas I have a hard time killing it. Okay, 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 okay. There's some crazy shit happening in this room, and now I'm just like, I'm committed to the treasure. That's pretty much what's going on, and I think I can still get some pretty decent gear here. So, assuming this room does indeed kill me, which it looks like it has a very high chance of doing, it might be worth it, regardless. Alright, I'm gonna wait until the big one is in the wall. There we go. That got rid of one of them, so we don't have to worry about that so much. And can we kill this Ison? Oh, please. Ow, yes, we can, but that didn't do anything I wanted it to. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, let me see. And I have been reading the comments, and as somebody pointed out, oh my god, I don't have your name memorized, and you're like the only person who comments on my Rogue Legacy videos right now. I feel super bad. I know you have like a gray, cool icon, but yeah, in regards to the classes feeling kind of samey, I realize that they have special skills that are supposed to be used, and that is a totally legitimate argument to have for the game, and for like why I would feel the way that I do. Not necessarily like I'm right to feel the way I do, but I definitely don't explore all the aspects of the game that I should in order to like maybe change my own opinion of that, or challenge myself to change the opinion. What do I want? Hold on, I'm thinking. Yeah, I don't have the money to get anything else though afterwards. That's cool. But yeah, it's so I've got too good to use syndrome, basically, and the fact that all of the special abilities for the different classes use it up a pretty decent chunk of mana. It's always like, oh, I want to save it for when I actually need it, and then I end up kind of riding on my own abilities, which is totally fine as far as I'm concerned, because it's like, I feel cool that way whenever it's like, I don't need the special abilities, just give me a sword and let me go. And that runs very much so counter to, like, what I was saying, where everything plays the same, but it's like, so, I'm trying to think of another good game that I could really explain it. Well, Spelunky is a pretty good example of, like, that game doesn't change mechanics from iteration to iteration. So every time you start up the new game, you've always got the whip, you always jump around, and, you know, all of that stuff is pretty much the same. And that's fine, it totally works, because the level design is really good, built around the idea that you are just playing it the same way every time. But I see, this is where it gets kind of cloudy as far as an argument goes, but if you're going to actually put in different classes, I mean, they need to be differentiated really well. That difference needs to be articulated clearly, otherwise don't do it. I mean, you're always the same, maybe randomize the stats a little bit so that you're more willing to use magic with one class or the other, which is pretty much what they did with like Mage and Spell Sword and everything. But, otherwise, it's like, oh, I keep waiting for different classes, and all I have is swordsmen with slightly modified abilities. So, okay, that's about as best as I'm going to be able to put that particular part of the argument there. But, yeah, so, but as far as using abilities go, before I stray too far off topic there, it's like, yeah, I mean, you're actually punished pretty harshly for using those. Like, you don't get to use them that often. If you do have a situation where you absolutely need them, you probably are going to use it until you're completely out of magic anyways. Like, you see that? I could have used the Fus Roda on this guy to clear out all those projectiles that were coming at me, but I didn't because I could just dodge it as well. So why bother wasting it on anything that you don't need? And then for, yeah, like the Ponce de Leon fight, that was clearly my fault for being stupid on that and not taking advantage of the fact that I could get rid of all the little fires that he leaves lying around by doing something as simple as just doing the Fus Roda if I needed it in an emergency. And that's exactly why the Ponce de Freon fight is built around the Barbarian Shout ability. And so, yeah, no, that totally makes sense. That was my bad for not doing that. Still, argument stands. It's like, I don't ever use the abilities because I'm afraid to use them, and then I forget they're there whenever I need them for real, and that just, it doesn't flow well with me. But that's just me. I totally accept failure on my part for that. So, okay. Okay, yeah, he reaches overhead to do that, and so he's not a very good pogo jump target. Okay, let's... Okay. You scare me, horsey. But you're apparently super stuck in a wall, so that worked out alright. Okay, we need to run. Alright, there we go. There were some flame spouts on the left side there. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did just in time, because I was like, oh, this is a rather inert area. And I was like, no, it's never that inert. That's silly to think about. Okay. See? Alright, let's just keep moving, and this is a dead end, naturally. Okay, fine. Fine, be that way. See if I care. I just want to kill some of these guys and kind of alleviate the ridiculousness of that hallway. But if I just run through it, I would have been done with it the exact same way and still got no benefit, which is about as much benefit as we're ever going to get from doing anything extraneous in that room. Okay. Alright. The darkness is pretty ridiculous, let me just say. Once I did New Game Plus 2, I don't even remember getting to the darkness. I just remember, like, being like, nah, I'm done with the game now. I don't have all the gear yet, but that's okay. I don't want to do the darkness on New Game Plus 2. It was just completely retarded. It's like all of these red-eye guys would be blue-eye guys. Everybody's stage 3. It's just, it's insanity. And they have ridiculous health, so even though I was like fully upgraded on 2 or 3 different stats, it made no difference anymore. And the only way I could level up after that was grinding fairy chests, and then the game just got a little boring after that point. So I know I'm still kind of debating. I'm like, I could play New Game Plus, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to. Part of my desires for playing this again is because I had never gotten around to getting the rest of the gear in the game and kind of completing all of that, but I don't know. Anyways, book time. I remember being a famous adventurer. My martial prowess surpassed all of my brothers. That I am sure of. While they spent their days buried in their book of studies, I was out killing brigands and monsters. I always wondered why my father favored them over me. Isn't it always the opposite in fairy tales? Fortune favors the bold, not the insipid intellectual, or something like that. Man, I would love to see my brothers try to outthink my sword in their face. Oh, somebody's a little resentful of their family. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let's just do that. And okay. It's like, I don't know if there's any worthwhile bit at the end of this hallway, but again, we do it to explore. Okay. I hate nightmares so much. Okay, well. Oh, choose an air. Let's do Lick King, Lick Queen. Yeah, Lick Queen. Paladin, Lick King. Guardian Shield. Pretty good at everything. I'm contemplating here. That might be helpful once we start fighting Herodotus, but maybe not. I'm sticking with defensive for now. If it's not a Hokage or an assassin, then we'll go with the most defensive one. Let's see. We have a pretty decent amount of money. So let's do... Where are we at on all of these? It's like 3,000 for attack. There's not really anything we can do 2 of, effectively. Well, let's do health, and what do we have left? Crit damage, current, 160%. Let's do... Yeah, why not? A little bit might help. Oh boy, here we go, nearsighted. Alright, let's look at the runes that we have. Yeah, there's our extra retaliation rune. Do we get anything else? No? Okay. Moving on then. And pay the toll. Okay, so let's see. Now, yeah, we've got a pretty clear idea of what we want to do. I'm going to defer to the standard rule that I've been adhering to so far of like, if by the next episode I haven't beaten Herodotus, then I'll grind up a little bit more or considerably more depending on... Okay, there we go. Yeah, whenever those guys become super prevalent instead of the normal flamey float around guys, that's whenever the game starts to get really ridiculous for sure, because they are absurd. They're just freaking crazy. Whenever you got like 3 of them dashing, not only are they coming at you, but your ability to jump is limited because of the way those fireballs work. Well, like the fireballs they shoot, not they themselves fireballs. Okay, let's... There we go. And... hey, another book. This works. I'll take this. Journal entry number 16. What have years have passed since I first entered these walls? It is true that I am becoming more proficient in clearing monsters, but it feels like an age has passed. I have even forgotten what my own kin look like. What if they think I have failed? What if one of my brothers has beaten me to the cure? And what if I mistook them for a monster? Ooh, scary. Oh, defeat all enemies. Yeah, we could do that. I'm not too worried. This is a pretty low-level area, so this isn't going to provide much of a challenge, really. Okay. And... Alright, there we go. Yeah, that was super easy. That would have been better as a don't get hit room. Let's see. Bounty rune. The quilted quicker picker upper. Yeah. I kind of miss commercials sometimes. Like, I don't ever watch TV, and I like not watching TV, but every now and then there's some things that, like, people bring up, they're like, oh man, did you see that commercial? It was hilarious. It was like, yeah, no, I don't watch TV. And, I don't know, I feel like such a douche. I feel kind of like a interesting. I feel kind of like a pretentious douche whenever I say that. I'm like, no, I don't watch TV. I haven't seen these commercials you talk about whatsoever. I hate advertising and everything else, and I'm a huge hippie like that. And they're like, oh man, it's great. Now you gotta just look it up on YouTube or something. And then I never do. And it's like, there's still at least some culture. Like, commercials are kind of a double-edged sword in that sense that, yes, they're trying to make a grab at all your money, but at least some places, like, the last commercial series I remember seeing that I really liked was the Feast commercials for Snickers with the Viking and the road trip and all that other stuff. I thought those were, like, really cute. I don't know if they were, like, you know, freaking the Citizen Kane of commercials or anything like that, but I thought they were cool, and they gave you more to look at than just, buy our product, Snickers, it's great, it's just like real food, except bad for you. It wasn't anything like that. It was just sort of like goofy, and they had fun with it, and I can really appreciate that kind of thing. So it's like, not all commercials are bad. I get that. It's usually, you know, just the feeling that goes behind them, like pretty much everything else in life ever, but more so with commercials, because they really are just, you know, trying to find ways to convince you that they're an okay product producer, and you know, that's cool, whatever. Snickers kind of convinced me that they were okay. Like, if they let that commercial fly, they must be pretty cool guys, and that appeals to me on a personal level. And if that's what they were going for with that, then they succeeded. Good job, Snickers. I'll continue to eat Snickers, not that I ever really stopped, but can we get to that chest is the big question. Okay, I almost fucked that up. Okay, that's bad. Okay, this is not ideal. Ah, I died. Alright, I was doing okay there, and then I just sort of jumped into him. I know exactly what happened there. Blaze lock. Alright, same as last episode. We'll run all the way to... What is this? Henrietta. Yeah. Sir Fleming II, colorblind, IBS. Sure. Okay, we want... What do we want? A cure for Tourette's. When do we want it? Cunt. I hope that word doesn't offend you too much, but it's a funny joke. Survivability. Survivability. Yeah, I'll just do defense. That'll work. So, wait, am I neglecting anything over here? No, we did Guardian Helm. And then, yeah, everything else is about as high as we want it to be. Yay! We're gonna fart a lot. Okay. I don't even know where the Tourette's thing came up. Like, do I have Tourette's? Was that my thing? Hold on. Yeah, I'm colorblind and, oh, I was thinking things that do random things like that. I don't even remember. Oh my god. I just totally fit in that, the Tourette's joke, and I'm not entirely sure what motivated it. I'm like, it made sense at the time, and then I realized I might have been free associating a little much in my head there. Okay. 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 Alright. I didn't really need that. I just felt like picking it up. Okay. Alright. Okay. And there we go. Sword just barely reached there. That was real handy. There's a chest over here. Good. And no other chests in this room. Oh, wow. We passed that painting and did not get hit? Was that normal? Was that okay? Did I just break the game? A little bit. I guess it's not impossible. But let's go ahead and go on without acknowledging that too much. Okay. And okay. So here we are. We're in the darkness. Alright, now's a good time, as good as any, to go ahead and end the episode. So this has been Cardboard Decoy Plays Rogue Legacy. Next episode, we'll go ahead and go down into the darkness and try to fight Herodotus, something or other. The slime thing, we're going to try to kill it. Hopefully that'll work out really well, and all will be well. We can continue onwards with our journey, which is basically just fighting the last boss, and there's not anything that leads up to him. So it's either beat the last boss or grind a bunch. Those are our options. So, I don't know. That's... I remember Johannes, well, no, spoiler alert, Johannes is the last boss, and he's actually pretty easy, so I'm not too worried about that. But either way, whatever. We'll see what happens. But yeah, this has been Cardboard Decoy, and I will see you next time. Have fun.